look at this Lingayat factor and the emphasis that many people are putting on Shettar, etc. Let's have a look if that really is bearing out on this entire map here. So what do we have? In 2019, as we said, 87% of the Lingayats voted for the Bharatiya Janta Party. But just go down these numbers. 2013, that's when Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa leaves the Bharatiya Janta Party to form the KJP. That number comes down to 43%. 43%. So if you really look at it, in about 5 years, half of that vote. But in all the other assembly elections, this one, which is in 2008 as well as in 2018, the BJP gets more than 55% of that vote, sometimes even 60%. In 2014 also about 60% plus. So that number remains very high and very crucial to the Bharatiya Janta Party. But it's interesting because who was left in the party when Mr. Yediyurappa left? It was Mr. Shettar.
Absolutely.
Wasn't it?
He was the tallest leader.
He was the tallest leader.
Chief Minister.
He could have actually, and let me just go up to Jay there, he could have been one of those who could have easily stepped in and made way really for a second generation. He could have led that second generation, but he couldn't really do that. And Madhav, that's really fundamental, isn't it? Because Mr. Shettar, we think, is going to really take this election. I mean, Mr. B.S. Yediyurappa, you yourself are saying, was right, so keen that he gets a ticket. But he didn't really help retain that Lingayat vote.
Absolutely, because, you know, when it comes to the Lingayat leaders, there's no one taller than B.S. Yediyurappa. And I think he's head and shoulders above any other Lingayat leader in the state of Karnataka. His entire politics has been focused in north of Karnataka. In fact, one of the BJP leaders I spoke to said that B.S. Yediyurappa starts his campaigning from Tumkur onwards. The entire Hubli highway, which leads up to the northern part of Karnataka, that's really where Yediyurappa has focused his politics for the last 4 decades. Shettar was not as successful, as you rightly put it, in past elections, particularly in 2013. Other leaders like Lakshman Savdi, who were trying to groom by giving a deputy chief ministerial post, also eventually have left. So the larger question is, you know, with this Lingayat vote of 43%, if it retains, and if it has retained that in 2013, in this election with Yediyurappa campaigning, you know, are we going to see somewhere between the 62 to 43% is perhaps a very important question to ask. And what does this mean? What does that translate?
You were making a point on this entire issue just before we went into the break, Smita Prakash.
I mean, I get what you're saying, that Yediyurappa is the tallest leader. But also, you know, there are many factors which come into play. The sects within the Lingayat sect, you know, the bifurcations, those will make an effect. For example, the Panchamashali, you know, when your reporter said that it came too late, and for them not to believe that they will get the benefit because it's after the election that they're going to get the benefits. So and Yediyurappa did not campaign this time so much. Plus, when you have a whole bunch of new faces, why do you think that the BJP High Command would have taken this decision that they will not agree to all the seat allocation which would have been suggested by the Lingayat leaders in the BJP, the new faces? Could it be because the Lingayat top leaders have not groomed the new generation of leaders who should have taken over? You get the same bunch of leaders who for 3 or 4 elections have been the same ones, and then after that it's their sons.